real-life River Wild on Unsolved Mysteries, all new NBC Friday.
Attention, all military E1 and up and civil service. No money down. Getting credit is no problem, and you can get it today with absolutely no payments for 60 days. At New Home TV and Furniture, it's easy to own anything from the huge selection of furniture, TVs, appliances, camcorders, fine jewelry, and more. Remember, no money down. Credit is not a problem. No payments for 60 days. Take it home today. It's yours from New Home TV and Furniture. Buy now.
Through the years, there's been plenty of changes at your local Ford dealer. But over the past 5 years, one thing's remained the same. Your Ford dealer continues to have 5 of America's top 10 sellers, including Ford Escort. And now, for a limited time, you can get low 3.9% financing or $750 cash back on any new 95 Escort. That's $3 financing or cash back on America's #1 selling small car. With 5 of America's top 10 sellers at your local Ford dealer, shouldn't you think Ford first?
Parents taking the fall for their kids' crimes on the next Montel.
Hello, everyone. We hope you're enjoying the game, and welcome to the halftime edition of Wavy News 10 at 6.
Jim Lawrence will be here to take a look at the forecast in just a moment, but first our top stories.
The mother of a murdered woman finds strength and support in a church on this Sunday. Peggy Vaughn's daughter was killed back in 1991. Vaughn is satisfied now that the murder trial is finally over. Yesterday, Harry Caprio was found guilty of the second-degree murder of Elizabeth Bickley. After 4 years now, her mother is trying to move on.
I feel a lot better because the trial is behind me. And I don't wish this on anyone. It's an awful ordeal to go through.
The trial ended in Portsmouth yesterday. Last year, it ended with a hung jury.
Newport News police have made an arrest in Friday's shooting, a shooting that left one man dead. Police arrested 19-year-old Antoine Richardson of Newport News. He's now charged with the murder of 21-year-old Calvin Davis. And tomorrow is sentencing day for the man accused of being one of the worst mass killers in Virginia Beach history. Michael Claggett was found guilty last July of murdering 4 people at the Witch Duck Inn last year. Tomorrow, jurors will recommend a sentence for him. Well, one of the most popular entertainers of the World War II era has died.
Maxine Andrews of the Andrews Sisters died of a heart attack yesterday. Maxine and her sisters Patty and Laverne were one of the most successful singing groups with 19 gold records, including Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. Maxine died at age 79.
That was a great song.
Yes, it was.
It'll be around forever. Well, it's time now to take a quick look at our beautiful weather.
Very nice out there. Jim, is it going to continue?
Well, Greg and Lisa, it's going to continue today and also looks like tomorrow likewise, too. We have this big storm up here around the Great Lakes. As this storm continues to spiral around, it brings down all this chilly air. That's what's going to give us, at least tonight, one more really chilly night. In some of the outlying areas, we are indeed looking for a little bit of frost here. Let's put it into motion. Looks like this warm air is going to be approaching us. We have another front that's going to be heading our way toward about Wednesday. But in the meantime, we're going to warm up, and those temperatures are going to come up into the 70s, and a lot of heavy weather is going to remain up there around the Great Lakes. Tonight, though, looks great, clear and cool. Overnight low 45, not quite as chilly as it was last night. In some of the outlying areas, though, there is a frost warning that's in effect. Tomorrow we'll have bright sunshine, plenty of it, 74 degrees. Easterly winds coming in at around 10 miles per hour. I'm thinking we could do a little better than that. Mostly clear tomorrow night. The overnight low at about 55 degrees, and ahead for Tuesday, looks like we're going to see temps in the 70s again. We'll have more for you coming up at 11 o'clock. Greg and Lisa.
Sounds good, thanks. Now, Jim's not going to like this next story. He's a dog lover.
He's a dog lover.
Yeah, but some serious feline lovers gathered in Chesapeake over the weekend.
Now, first of all, let's tell you that over 200 cats were on display at the Virginia Cat Fancier's Cat Show. Exotic and rare breeds could be seen, as well as some lovable common-type cats. This breeder from Pennsylvania doesn't fool around when it comes to Aussie cats.
Oh.
In the silver breed, and it titled their mother, and she produced all silvers.
Wow. It's the 30th annual CFA Championship Show. Proceeds benefit the Virginia Cat Fanciers program. Some beautiful little cats there, huh?
Yeah, what a face.
I like that. Well, that's going to wrap it up for Wavy News 10 at 6, a halftime edition.
Back to the game now.
Intensifying in Denver. Kansas City leads at the half, 14-7. Now for a rundown of all the scores on this mid-season day in the NFL. Let's go to New York.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC Halftime Report. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza. When it's gotta be great and it's gotta be now, it's gotta be Domino's.
All right, Dick, thank you. Welcome back, everyone, along with Joe Gibbs, Mike Ditka, Joe Montana. I'm Greg Gumbel. Here are the scores and highlights right now. First of all, at Mile High Stadium in Denver at halftime, the Kansas City Chiefs leading the Broncos by a score of 14-7. The difference in this game, a 15-yard touchdown pass from Steve Bono to Lake Dawson just before halftime. What are the keys to this game so far?
Well, the Denver defense is playing pretty well. You look at Bono, he's off to a slow start, 0 for 7. He picks it back up, starts getting in there. He's 10 for 18, has 1 touchdown pass. But the big key for Denver is that they're not making Kansas City work for these points. They get a long kickoff return, sets up the first touchdown for Bono's run. The second one, Elway fumbles on his own 30, sets up another touchdown for the Chiefs. They got to start making them work for it. You bet they're not out of it yet. They've still got a long way to go here.
All right, Joe, 14-7, the Chiefs in the lead. In Oakland, the Raiders have just taken the lead on the Indianapolis Colts, 17-10. Here's how it happened. Vince Evans, playing for the injured Jeff Hostetler, 46 yards to Rocket Ismail, who got behind the Colts secondary and then waited for the touchdown pass. There's the score. The extra point makes it a 17-10 Raider lead. Up until that point, you'd have to say the Colts have been playing some pretty tough defense.
They really are, and they're going to have to play good defense. But in that drive right there, Evans picked them apart. They all play action, went right down the field. He hit Brown on a couple big third downs. I think one was 3rd and 17. They made it. And then he makes a big play action pass for a touchdown there. If they're going to win this game, they can't put all the pressure on the offense on Harbaugh. They've got to play good pass defense. That series was not good pass defense.
Key game for both teams. The Colts come in at 4-2. The Raiders come in at 5-2. It's the Raiders by a touchdown early in the second half. In Seattle, the Seahawks hosting the Chargers. The Chargers lead this one 25-10 at halftime. In Green Bay, the Packers and the Vikings are at the break at Lambeau Field, and they are tied at 14 apiece. Earlier today at Soldier Field in Chicago, the Bears by 3 over the Houston Oilers, 35-32 the final score. Walter Payton, one of these returning 85 Super Bowl champion Bears. Eric Kramer looks long with a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Good idea, because he finds a wide open Curtis Conway. Nice catch, 76 yards in all. His 8th touchdown catch of the year. Kramer's 15th TD toss. He threw for a career high 349 yards today. The Bears win at 35-32. At St. Louis, the 49ers rolled over the Rams. 44-10 was the final score. Elvis Gerbach quarterback because Steve Young out with a shoulder injury today. And this is Gerbach's first play from scrimmage. Rolls to his right and finds John Taylor, 35 yards downfield for the score. Gerbach making his first career start. 49ers in the lead 6-0. Chris Miller picked off for the 4th time today. Ken Norton never scored a touchdown in the NFL, returned 2 interceptions for touchdowns, both times celebrated by beating up on the goalpost. You'll have to ask him why. The 49ers win at 44-10. At the Meadowlands, the Jets, with perhaps the biggest upset of this day, over the Miami Dolphins, 17-16. The fans not happy with the results on the playing field or with the rates in the parking lot. 10-9 Jets in the third after a Johnny Mitchell fumble. Terry Kirby over the top to put the Dolphins up 16-10. But in the fourth quarter, Bubby Brister wins the battle of backup quarterbacks. He finds Johnny Mitchell, 3-yard touchdown, 17-16 New York. Just over a minute left. Miami looking to come back. Bernie Kosar picked off by Victor Green. The Jets snap a 4-game losing streak. The Dolphins dropped their 3rd in a row. 17-16, the Jets win over the Miami Dolphins. Joe, what's the matter with the Miami Dolphins?
Well, I think everybody's trying to figure that out. Right now, the Dolphins are in a slide. I think you got to look at what's happening here. First of all, you don't expect a Don Shula team to turn the ball over like this 7 times in the last 2 weeks. And because of that, also, that complicates the defensive play. They've given up 77 points in the last 3 games. So I think there's enough blame to go around. The tough thing here, too, Greg, is they're looking at Buffalo coming to their place. They got to win games like they do, like today against the Jets, and certainly they got to get this thing turned around next week at home.
Jet defense came up with 4 takeaways and registered 3 sacks today. They win it by 1 over the Dolphins. In Tampa, Atlanta beat the Bucs today 24-21. The Falcons are 5-2. At Cleveland, the Jaguars win their 3rd against 5 defeats. They beat the Browns 23-15. In Washington, Darrell Green's interception in overtime. He returned it 7 yards for a touchdown. Redskins over the Lions 36-30. At Carolina, the Panthers move to 2-5 on the year. The Saints fall to 1-6, 20-3 over the New Orleans Saints. That's it for now. We'll send you back to Denver for more after these words from your local station.
Next Sunday.
Your perfect night for murder.
1 dead husband.
No motive, no witness.
no case.
Two suspected lovers.
They think you did it. She's a far more likely murderer than you.
But did one set the other up for murder?
You decide.
Another best-selling legal thriller becomes an NBC event.
What are you afraid of?
Being locked away from you.
Melrose Place's Daphne Zuniga and Jag's David James Elliott. Expect the unexpected. Degree of Guilt, NBC next Sunday.